What's happening, YouTube? It's your homie S. Doc coming back to you with another video. And today's video is going to be some commentary over a ATP match in the April event. And this pits Richard Wyatt, shout out to Richard Wyatt, with his Galaxy Prime deck featuring Huffer from ATP 2, and then Night Racer, of course, from Wave 5, and then versus my deck, who is pitting Overlord from ATP 3 and Highbrow from ATP 3 as well, and then, of course, Night Racer. We were both undefeated going into this round 5, before we get to the Swiss rounds, and I want to say we both were literally undefeated at this point. Like, we literally had all 2-0s on our record, so 16 wins, no losses between both of us going into this match. So a pretty exciting match going in, because, you know, it's Big Boy Blue versus Big Boy Blue. Of course, Overlord is the new kid on the block. Y did win the dice roll and elected to have me go first, and what that does is allow his big guy to be able to smack into my big guy, you know, every single time, you know, when the wheel turn comes around, or before the wheel turn comes around, because of course my big guy will be tapped for his, being that I went first and we're both 3-eyed, so he'll be able to get chunks of damage on the Overlord. And my goal as the Big Boy Blue going first is to try to kill one of his smaller characters, actually, so I could turn the tide and actually reverse that roll, so then I'll be able to get attacks on his big guy. So Wyatt right here, as we're getting through the match, he looks like he's going to trade a disarm for a hollow matter projector. He knows that two-pronged attack is one of the strongest cards in this Overlord deck. I'm not going to do a lot of talking about Overlord specifically here. Well, I'll talk about some things like this right here. So jumping around, I actually have an insane flip here. So what this Overlord does in when he flips to alt mode, most tanks have a when you flip to this mode effect. And what his mode is when you flip to this mode, you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, and any star cards among them, you add them to your hand. So if you get, you know, 3 star cards, you add all 3. As you can see there, I hit a Leap of Faith, and I hit a new star card called Aura of Dominance as well. And I play that card here, and it's really good because what it's going to do is it's going to scrap the looks like the was that hollow meta projector? I thought he had Trapillium Shield or something. I don't know. But I scratch. So when you play it on a character that has 11 stars or more, your opponent chooses one of their upgrades and scraps it, and then chooses a card from their hand and scraps it. So think of it as a smelt and a you know, random discard card, like a shockwave effect, pretty much, which is really good. Then it also gives +2 health, and it gives bold 1, tough 1. It is a white icon card, and keep in mind, again, it's a star card. So being able to get that card for free like that was pretty powerful. But what's also actually really funny and powerful here is that Wyatt was able to connect his pocket processor this turn after I already played my aura. So if I don't find Smelt here soon, which I do play, his pocket processor is going to be able to gain him a lot of value. And my main deck, besides the Smelt, and you know, I'm not main decking Dash and Shield and things like that, is actually it's a lot easier for Wyatt to stick upgrades on his characters and for me not to be able to get rid of them. So I really need my two-pronged attacks and things early, but I don't think I really see any. I think I milled 1 right there that you can see on top of my scrap pile, and 1 I think earlier in my flips as well. But it is what it is. Now I got my guy, my Overlord, going here. Going to be attacking here on this turn in his alt mode. You can't really see it now, but I'll be doing a deck profile on this, and you know, some character reviews and things on ATP you know, sets. But I'm actually gonna flip Highbrow here. Highbrow in alt mode, what he does is he's 6 stars first of all, and he has 4 attack, 11 health, and 1 defense in his bot mode, and he has focus 1, and each character with the highest amount of stars on my team gets +1 defense. So if I have 2 characters with, let's say, you know, 9 stars, they'll both get +1 defense. So here, of course, Overlord is going to get the defense. I'm really tanking up, pun intended, this turn by keeping Overlord in alt mode. What his bot mode does actually is it's a battlefield legend effect pretty much. So before your opponent flips for defensive flips, any star card that you hit off of your attack flip, you may play that card. Now, I think because I got the Aura and the Leap of Faith, I don't know if Bolt of Lightning already got flipped in my flips earlier. Crushing Size on my Aura Dominus is really good. That, you know, mini energy pack, if you will, is gone now. I had pretty much tough 2 with Night Racer because I have a secret action, 4 defense because I had Highbrow, and then the Aura Dominus, like I said, that was giving me the extra from that, you know, the tough. But I walled up here this turn, and I'm going to block the Prime for potentially being able to play that sparring gear. If I did not have in hostilities here, he would be able to play that sparring gear on one of his characters after the battle. I'm going to defend for 1, 2, 3 for 6. And it looks like he attacked me for 8, so I only took... Oh no, I lied. Excuse me. He actually attacked into my Highbrow. So like I was talking about earlier, you know, normally Big Boy goes into Big Boy, but my Overlord was pretty stacked with 4 defense and, you know, tough 1 from the Night Racer. So I don't blame him for not attacking into my Overlord. And he did get still a pretty decent amount of damage into Highbrow. I'm thinking about this Scoundrel's Blaster here. I really think I want it, so I'm going to trade my Marksmanship, which isn't as good against Richard's deck as I'd like it to be. Yes, it does get into Prime, but I guess I value that Scoundrel's Blaster there more because we're on the wheel turn. This is one of those turns where, despite me saying earlier I want to try to get rid of one of their smaller guys to turn the tide because I went first, I think I actually wanted to potentially sneak in some damage on the Prime here on this next turn. So I'm actually going to flip the Optimus back here, and I'm going to bounce back his Pocket Processor, negating him, or excuse me, disallowing him to be able to draw a card on this next turn. Yes, he can play it back, but that'll cost him his upgrade play for the turn, and again, he won't be able to draw an extra card. So I'm going to flip the Highbrow, I'm going to play... Oh, I guess I should explain Highbrow's effect. So he's a 3-11-2 in his alt mode, and he has Pierce 2. So 3 attack, Pierce 2, and when you flip him to that mode, you were able to... return an upgrade on a character to its owner's hand. Now it's mandatory. So I also had Bigger They Are this turn. I had Lock on Lasers, which is another card back from ATP 2. It gives +1 attack and Pierce 1, and then when you're attacking a character that has 17 or more stars, you get an extra additional +2 attack and +2 Pierce. So it can be +3 Pierce 3, and it triggers on attack too. So when you swing and you know, they have a Sabotage Armaments, like what you can see Wyatt just did here, you would normally get the +2 attack in defense, but that's only if you're attacking, or +2 attack and Pierce 2. But that's only if you're attacking into a character that has 17 or more stars. Now I'm going to try to do my best to just explain effects on it because we move pretty fast, so it's kind of hard to kind of catch up and explain cards to you and things like that, which will probably be better, you know, performed in a deck profile talking about these cards and giving them more time. But with that, I sent in the Brow this turn like that because Lock on Lasers gave +1 Pierce 1, so that would have been 4 attack, Pierce 3, and then I played Bigger They Are, so it would have been 6 attack, Pierce 6 pretty much, plus any other flips. If I flipped any orange blacks or anything like that, my Pierce could have really scaled up. So as you can see, I got 5 damage on the Prime that turn. Now you're going to send Night Racer in this turn. Night Racer did no damage. He did not flip any black icons. I'm pretty sure it looks like I flipped 2 blues and I was able to just block that attack. Some of these attacks are kind of pointless. If you even get one amount, bit of damage in, you're happy with it. You're not really expecting to get much damage in, in the 5 versus 5 battles. Well, I'd say that back. Highbrow's actually 6, so he could have played a Bigger They Are if he had one. But anyway, I'm going to play Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith is just a really good double field communicator. First, I Leap of Faith a Scouting Mission. And the Scouting Mission is going to deal 1 damage to the Night Racer because she can definitely tank a couple of hits. So it's fine on her. I think I didn't have any more Energon Axes left. If I had any Energon Axes, I probably would have put that 1 damage on Overlord to trigger my Energon Axe for later on. But I'll just try to keep my Overlord as healthy as possible, being that, again, I went first and his big guy could hit into my big guy. Something I probably thought about, though, throughout this first wheel turn is the fact that his Prime went into my Highbrow. He actually wasn't targeting down my Overlord. So what I need to do is definitely try to have my Overlord do, some maximum damage to his characters when I can. He knows I still have Scoundrel's Blaster in my hand, but he did exhaust a Sabotage Armaments earlier. And he does only have 1 card in hand, so we'll see how well this works out later on. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to put a Hollow Matter Projector on the Highbrow, and I'm going to swing with Night Racer into his Night Racer and throw the Javelin at his Prime, putting his Prime at 7. And he's going to block for 4, and if I didn't flip any black icons, it looks like I didn't because he's not moving his dice. He's going to just blunt that attack, which is fine. He's going to draw for turn, draw for Pocket Processor, put him at 3 cards. He also has the option to flip Huffer here. Huffer, he has Sturdy in bot mode. Now, I did preview Sturdy a couple of months ago. If you guys want to go check out that deck, that character reveal back from ATP 2. He could potentially flip Huffer this turn and draw a card and discard a card. It's really good to get handheld blasters and things out of your hand. I consider it a green icon card because like you're drawing a card and trading a card out of your hand, so you can potentially, fix some of your more awkward hands or just, cards you don't need at the time. But he's just going to flip Prime here, and I'm assuming he flipped Prime the last time and missed, or if he hit it, maybe it was Sabotage, I don't remember. But anyway, we got Huffer coming in with 6 Pierce 3. 6 Pierce 3, it's probably Night Racer. He could attack into Highbrow, but Highbrow has 3 defense, and he'll only have 6 Pierce 1 into Highbrow because the Noble's Blaster gives an additional Pierce 2 when you're attacking into a Decepticon. So he's going to attack into Night Racer here. I flipped no blues anyway, so he's going to attack for 6. And he's actually going to get 4 damage here instead of 3. So me not flipping a blue is kind of annoying here, but I mean, it is what it is. You can't help your flips for the most part. Especially on defense. So I'm gonna take 4 here. Not a big deal though. Night Racer is a trooper, and she can definitely tank 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 hits depending on the situation. I have a pocket processor here. I'm not sure how many cards I have in my hand. I'm not sure if sometimes like throughout a match, pocket processor has weird windows where you want to play it at. Being that Overlord is my last attacker, yes, you know Wyatt. So Wyatt does have another secret action, which could potentially be a sabotage armaments. I think he did reshuffle. He still knows I have the Scoundrel's Blaster, and I'm probably gonna play the Scoundrel's Blaster this turn. And I don't know if I wanted to wait one more additional turn to play that pocket processor. Pocket processor, of course, is its strongest in the early game. Sometimes in the mid game, and it depends on what kind of turns you have. Sometimes you have your off turns where you don't really need to make a push or threaten anything on your opponent, and then you have turns like here where I'm probably gonna play Scoundrel's Blaster. I might not try to wall up as much as I did the first wheel turn because I saw he attacked Highbrow, but then at the same time, do I really want Highbrow to die here? I don't know. Richard having a secret action here, of course, is going to help prevent one of his characters dying this turn. I'm probably not going to kill anybody. I'm going to Scouting Mission. Scouting Mission seems pretty weak here. It seems pretty, I won't say desperate, but like if that's the only play I have this turn, it kind of sucks. It would probably be more ideal in a turn like this to have I don't want to say it sucks, but it'd be more, well, no, it does suck because his prime is coming in next. So it'd be more ideal to have a secret action here or a belligerence or something, a battle pump, steady shot or whatever I'm playing to be able to do anything. But looks like I have the Scoundrel's Blaster. I'm going to send the Scoundrel's Blaster in. I'm chancing him having the sabotage armaments here because I want to try to get him some solid damage. And I don't know who I'm attacking, but we'll find out here in a second. He does have tough 1. He also flipped 4 blues, so he's going to have +4 defense on Night Racer. Yeah, so I'm attacking for, was that a grenade launcher? Oh, that was a fusion board. Okay, so fusion board actually really worked out here. Fusion board put 4 damage on the Night Racer despite him flipping 4 blues here, which is really solid. So I'm wide open here. Galaxy doesn't really like to play belligerence unless he's like ending things or like definitely going off a character. He did not hit any, he did hit the potential trigger earlier, but I did have the end hostilities to stop it. Keep in mind, belligerence will turn off it'll give you a powerful attack. Oh, there's an energy pack. The belligerence will potentially give you a high attack value, but you won't be able to trigger your prime effect. He does have at least 1 energy pack here, so he's at 7 out of 25, which is pretty strong here. He has another secret action here, which is interesting because he knows when we stand back up, I'm gonna be attacking with a smaller character. So, if I have a bigger AR or something like that, it probably just blunts that secret action that he has set. Because I imagine it's between end hostilities, despite any difficulty, or sabotage armaments. Those are the main 3 secret actions that blue decks play. And then, of course, we usually side into. Well, I don't say of course. I'd take that back. Of course, we side into stable covers. Potentially in game 2 and 3 against those pesky, ridiculous. Pierce decks. But anyway, we're gonna have Prime swing into with no weapon. Unfortunately, I still die with my Highbrow, which is not good. So I went second, and he actually still killed one of my characters, and it wasn't my biggest guy. Now, granted, if he would have put 2 attacks in the Overlord like that, of course Overlord wouldn't have died, and I would still have my 2 characters. So Rich, value taking out one of my smaller characters first, and especially now that I'm down, a character, I really need to try to kill one of his bots here. I cannot allow any of his bots or his Night Racer probably here to live. So I take that back. Maybe that's why he, put first of all, he flipped Night Racer to bot mode, which gives him a bold one on the prime to try to hit the effect, which he missed. I flipped Overlord here, and I got the Aura Dominance back, which was pretty solid. The only thing that's kind of not good about Aura at this point is, as you can see, White has 4 upgrades that he can choose from to scrap. Again, Aura Dominance is like a smelt, so he gets to choose. I don't, it's part of the balance of the Aura Dominance. I know some of you guys at first glance might be thinking, wow, it gives +2 health, it's a white icon card, it gives bold 1, tough 1, and when you put on 11-star high character, you get to do these things. Well, yeah, the thing is, again, it's a star card, and it's not actually well tuned in most decks. If you do get to play it, again, it costs a star, so. It's a slight power creep. It's not like broken by any means, but it is pretty good, and it's easy to get rid of, with crushing size, etc. But anyway, so I do have Bolt of Lightning here, so that's probably why I flipped and attacked with the Overlord on that first wheel turn in alt mode, because I had the Bolt all priority in my hand. So it looks like I saw all 3 star cards this game, and I played all 3 star cards 4 times total. I played the Aura twice, I played the Leap, and I played the Bolt of Lightning. So I do run into a sabotage armaments here, unfortunately, with the Scoundrel's Blaster. I don't know if I was really reading sabotage armaments. That's a harder one to usually read, and it's also annoying when you don't already have a weapon on your guy. So when you play a weapon for your turn and it gets lost by sabotage armaments, it ends up being pretty good, for the opponent. So it was definitely a solid play by Richard there. I did get 1 point of damage in, looks like, on the Huffer. I wonder if I should have attacked Prime because, like, damn, well, I don't know. But I'm probably trying to kill Huffer on the next turn. So he's going to play Valiant Effort here, though. And Valiant Effort, what this does is it's a very powerful card. One of my favorite cards out of ATP 3. It's a white icon card. Does not cost a star, just a plain white icon card. And it gives +3 attack to a leader. And if you have a ranged character on the battlefield, do 1 damage to an enemy. So it's kind of like Reckless Charge in a sense, where you get that 4 total damage. So if you're doing 1 damage to the enemy you're attacking, then also attacking it, it's pretty much like a Reckless Charge, without that drawback. But of course, the drawbacks in the balance comes from it only being able to get the +3 to leaders specifically. And if you have a ranged character on the battlefield. So he's only doing part of the effect. Well, I lied. Excuse me. He's doing both effects, but he's not attacking with the Prime this turn. So he's going to deal 1 damage to me. There's another one, so it looks like he's playing 2. Deal 1 damage to my, looks like he did it to Overlord. And which triggers Energon Axe, but it's funny because I have an axe on the, on the, on my flips. I do have a lock on lasers I decided not to get. Doesn't look like he had any greens. That Huffer is actually sitting pretty healthy, and plus with that sturdy, being able to take, whatever damage -1 is going to be pretty good for Richard, because I'm probably not killing the, Huffer this turn. And being that I lost a Scoundrel's Blaster, I wonder if I even have another weapon this turn to play. I really need a weapon if I want to try to kill this Huffer. Night Racer's at 1 health left. If he had like another Valiant Effort, that would be insane, and that'd be really bad for me because he can kill Night Racer out of combat. I imagine he probably wouldn't even attack Night Racer that turn anyway, though, because, oh, by the way, he has another energy pack. I didn't even see that. So, yeah, played another energy pack. Looks like that Pocket Processor is definitely putting in work. Looks like I have composite armor. Slight glare on the screen, but it's looking like composite armor, which is definitely pretty good. Is because again I feel like he's not going to waste an attack into Night Racer this turn. I really just don't feel like he will. So I'm going to focus 1. That's another thing I forgot to mention earlier. Overlord has a focus 1 and a bold 1 in that mode. So again, if I do flip a star card, I'm able to play that star card before my opponent flips their battle flips. And I actually ended up killing Huffer here. His attack flip, he did not flip, or his defensive flip rather, he did not flip any blues, and I flipped like 2 oranges. So he already had his Night Racer gone and my Huffer gone, my Highbrow gone. And ultimately what happens with Overlord is for every character in the... Ooh, Bastion Shield on my composite is really good. Ultimately what happens is... No weapon on the Prime though this whole game, notably. What happens with Overlord is pretty much his main effect. I mean, he has so many main effects. He's playing tank and ranged in both modes. He, well, you know what? Why am I talking about Overlord like that? I forgot I did a preview for it. Shout out to Overlord preview. But you were able to... gain +1 attack for each character KO'd. So he has 3 characters, 2 characters KO'd, and I have 1 for a total of 3. He plays a system reboot here, and I'll never forget this. You remember certain things in a match. He asked me how many cards I had in hand. I had 5. So his system reboot play effectively gave him, I don't know how many cards he lost, but he probably gained like 2 or 3 cards, and I actually lost a card in card economy because I had 5, got to scrap my hand and draw 4. And I think I had Aura in my hand still. So losing Aura there actually was a big deal. That security, or that system reboot was actually a really important play this game. I've been on record saying that, and I'll keep saying it, I think there are only a couple of plays in each game that really matter more than anything else. And I think that system reboot was honestly a very crucial play, because me not having that aura dominance anymore means, of course, that's 2 less health I can get. I can't, I mean, I guess he would only scrap his Bastion Shield if I were to play the aura right, but that was really hurtful, that system reboot. I think I forgot exactly what the other cards in my hand were, but that system reboot came in clutch. So this turn right here is going to be kind of important. I really need Night Racer to do some type of damage, even if it's just 1. I need her to go out with a bang. Again, if he draws into Valiant Effort again here, that'll be insane, because Valiant Effort will take out the Night Racer, and then he'll have +3 attack going into my Overlord. So the most ideal here would be either a Fusion Bore or a Bigger They Are. With the fact that I'm not shotgunning my plays, I can just tell that I don't have those cards. I usually just, can just read that usually about a player if they're not moving fast. For the most part, it's like they may or may not have certain plays. I flip Overlord here, reveal the top 5 cards here. I whiff, rightfully so. I got 2 star cards earlier, and then I also got the aura dominance, so I'm not too upset about it. It is what it is. I'm gonna play 2 prawn attack here, which is really good. So because Overlord is playing in a tank, he has to choose one of his characters and deal 2 damage to, and also discard 2 cards. So definitely probably the best card in the Overlord deck, being that Prime is his last character. Of course, 2 prawn is going to deal 2 damage to Galaxy, and then also make him discard 2 cards. So it looks like I do have the Fusion Board here. So that was probably the best case scenario I could ask for. 6 Pierce 3 going into Prime here is going to definitely be pretty solid. And now I'm actually from the looks of it, I'm ahead in terms of the fact that he has to waste an attack into Night Racer, so it's actually working out for me, despite the fact that I went second. But we'll see what ends up happening here with Richard and his plays, because, you know, Night Racer is going to get obliterated one way or another. Arm Hovercraft would also be insane here, but I feel like Richard does not forego the option to play any Arm Hovercraft, which I think is a little surprising. I mean, I definitely would have teched one personally because, you know, all three of your characters are ranged, but he still does have other powerful cards in the deck. So he's going to play Espionage. He's going to call, so I have I don't know what he's calling. It looks like he called Orange. I have a Leap of Faith, Composite Armor, and I missed the last card because I moved pretty fast. Again, we both moved pretty fast. But I think he was looking for a Belligerence here. But he still got a Composite Armor, which is good here anyway, and I didn't have a Belligerence. So he kind of got a best of both worlds. He has the knowledge that I don't have Belligerence, and then he also got the you know, Composite Armor on my hand. Then I also flipped two really good cards on defense here, which I think is slightly important. I flipped the Bolt of Lightning, which I won't be able to flip on attack for Overlord. And then I also flipped a Composite Armor. A second Composite Armor, so less likely that I'll have, you know, the third one, which I do play to be able to play on Overlord, unfortunately. But I do have 9 attack, though. So 9 attack, and the fact that, you know, he doesn't have a... So he hit a Belligerence and another blue card to allow him to play an upgrade off his flips. He's going to play that Sturdy Javelin, which is going to allow him to, you know, throw and deal 2 damage to my character next turn. A card that would be insane here that I'm not main decking is Disarm. I will just say that. But we'll see what I end up doing here. Again, I do have 9 base attack, though. So 9 hits, 3 defense. We assume he's going to have at least 5 defense. We know we're probably doing 4 at least at face value before flips. So 4, that will put him at 16 health. And 16 health. Okay, so I forgot. I do have the Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith is going to play a Smelt, which is not that good here. He's going to choose to probably get rid of the Pocket Processor at this point. I feel like he probably wants the defense because he has such little health. He definitely can't get rid of an energy pack. And... but he does get rid of an energy pack. See, that's very interesting. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, it is what it is. Now, see, this is actually kind of crazy. So I hit the Smelt here, and then I hit the Catch Off Guard, and Catch Off Guard also bounced his second energy pack. I think I would have just got rid of the Pocket Processor. I don't know how much he really cared about drawing cards anymore at that point. So I'm a little surprised that he did that, but it is what it is. We'll see how that pans out in the end. I am attacking for 10 here, and he's going to flip a white that's going to extend into his flips. But so he flips. He has 1, 2, 5 defense. And he's going to take 5, and he's going to put him at 17 and 21. And he lost both his energy packs there. I think he definitely would have been fine without the bashing shield if he really wanted to, you know, draw more cards and not get rid of the Sturdy Javelin. Yeah, I think you definitely want to keep energy pack. The name of the game is energy pack, but it looks like I guess he let an energy pack go because he had a second one, and he thought I guess he thought he could kill me in 2 turns. And though, see, so when I played the Leap of Faith, I played the Smelt first. He had no idea, and I also had no idea that the Catch Off Guard was coming next. Catch Off Guard, by the way, if you don't know what it does, it's a blue icon action that put an enemy upgrade on the bottom of its owner's deck. So I put a energy pack on the bottom of his deck, and actually what that does is if he knows this coming up, you know, later on, depending on how many cards he has left in his deck, he could potentially try to proc it later on. So he's going to flip and get a pretty solid flip here. And see, this is another reason why I think he should have got rid of the Bastion Shield. Again, in hindsight, it's not like he knew that he was getting the Sparring Gear, but the fact that the Sparring Gear was left in his deck, he could easily just replace that Bastion Shield for the Sparring Gear at this point. But he's actually going to value putting on the Matrix of Leadership here. Again, I think I would have got the Sparring Gear to, like, you know, try to help you better live, because I do have 9 base attack, and depending on what kind of cards I'm drawing, I mean, I don't know what secret action he has. So there's a Scoundrel's Blast that's going to put me at 11, Pierce 2. I do have a secret action to try to live next turn. And we're going to swing, and he does have a Hold the Line. So Hold the Line is going to, he can't take more than 14, but of course I'm not dealing 14 here. I am going to focus and scrap. I'm going to flip it despite any difficulty. It was a pretty decent flip. I have like 12 Pierce 3 coming in. 12 Pierce 3, and yeah, okay. So I put him at 22, so I miss him by, what is it, 24. I miss him by 2, unfortunately. So his Hold the Line, even without the Hold the Line, he still would have lived by 1. But this is definitely his do or die turn. He has to kill me here. I do have 8 health left and 2 defense, and I have Focus 1 on this mode. So I could potentially, you know, best case scenario is for me to flip like a Handheld Blaster in a blue, or a blue-white, blue-blue, or something like that. And I also do have a secret action here too. So we'll see if I can withstand here this turn. But he's going to power up a little bit more here with the Matrix Leadership. Valiant Effort, which is going to be insane. Valiant Effort is probably the nail in the coffin here because he has so much attack. I'm going to flip End Hostilities, but it's not going to matter because with his base attack, it's probably good enough. I only have 4 defense, and he has like 13. even into that, and I have 40, and I take 9, and I still die. So even if I didn't take the 1 from the Valiant, I would have died. Even with the hostilities, I still died, which was a nice comeback for him, actually. So I say these things that I say about Richard's plays because I didn't know his hand at the time. He definitely, of course, had a better move in mind, or a certain move in mind, rather, at the time. And clearly ended up working out. So shout out to him for the solid plays. And he's definitely a big favorite to win the match now by winning his first game, which is actually very huge. And as you can see right now, we already know what's going down. Galaxy, of course, is still the king of Galaxy Thrust, or the king with Thrust, rather. And we're going big boy mode in these games. Actually, shouldn't take too much longer. The fact that, I'm going too tall with Soundwave from ATP 2, and then he's going too tall with the Thrust. So the biggest thing for me, being that I lost game 1, I need to try to go first to allow Soundwave to get a guy into the scrap pile. When Soundwave attacks, you're able to grab a cassette in either mode. You draw a card, and then put a cassette from either mode into your KO area. And what that does is, of course, power up Soundwave, and it also powers up Overlord. So it's a really strong starting play. I'm going to send that into his, looks like probably Prime. Prime's going to block 4. I'm going to be attacking for 7 here. So I'm going to deal 3 damage here. He does have Noble's Blaster here, so him not getting that tells me that he probably has Energon Axe, or I guess, yeah, Energon Axe. He looks like he's not. Yeah, there it is. I mean, it looks like he's probably also not playing Ion Blaster of Optimus Prime. He's going to attack it to my Soundwave here. The biggest thing for me here is to, he did not trigger here too, which is, he is playing Ion Blaster. There you go. He's probably only playing 1 though. He's going to get, 10 damage in on my Soundwave. So even with the secret action on his next turn, unfortunately, on the wheel turn rather, Soundwave's probably not going to live. So I really would like to have Soundwave get 2 guys in the KO area before he dies. The only other way I could see myself living here is to play set of despite any difficulty, which pretty much is just a, reverse Master Metallicado, for defense. But I have a strong play here. Okay, I actually have an insane play here. Grenade Launcher Belligerence into Prime, and I actually have, okay, this is actually just ridiculous. So I have what's that, 6, 10, 11, 12 attack, and with the Belligerence, for my 2 oranges. And then I also have 2 options. I have the Aura Dominance, and I also have Leap of Faith here. Leap of Faith, I feel like it's greedy, because of course I don't know what's on top of the deck. If Leap of Faith was my only card, okay, I decided to play it. So I want to get greedy. Let's get greedy. I play a Scouting Mission, and I play a Sabotage Armaments, which actually ended up working out for me. I played the Scouting Mission on and put the damage on Soundwave, since I know Soundwave is going to be KO'd no matter what on the next turn. But still, the Sabotage Armaments will at least still get rid of his Energon Axe, which is huge. And I put a massive amount of damage. Yeah, I put with 3 from 13. I put 10 damage on his Prime. So this Prime could definitely potentially just die to Overlord in the next turn. Soundwave's going to die, and I'm going to have 2 guys in my KO area, which gives Overlord 7 attack. He knows I have the Sabotage Armament set, so unless he sided it, I think he sides Counter Espionage, and he has the Counter Espionage here. I don't even know how much he really cares, though, anyway, because you know what? Thrust with the Prime is still going to give him, 11 attack base. So again, no matter what I flip, even if I flip like a double blue, white, double blue, I think I still would die here. And it's less likely because I flipped the Handheld Blaster on the first turn. He's going to call Espionage here, and he probably called Orange because he didn't want to get Belligerence again. I don't blame him. But it looks like he does a... is that Belligerence? I don't know what he called, but it looks like he didn't call Orange. I guess he didn't expect me to have a second Belligerence in the hand. Yeah, he didn't call Orange because I have all but 1 orange card in my hand, so he would have got rid of that. He actually he calls for blue, so I don't know exactly what he was thinking about there, but I mean, he got rid of the Smelt. I don't know what card he was thinking about trying to take when he called blue, rather, but the Smelt, I guess he has an upgrade to play, probably going to be because he knows he's going to lose his Energon Axe this turn, and then the Smelt gets stronger on the following turn because, then he'll have, another upgrade or he won't be able to play another upgrade without it getting KO'd. And, or not I'm sorry. Him playing another upgrade after the Energon Axe gets scrapped means my Smelt has free range to obviously scrap his last upgrade. But it didn't matter because he actually flipped a energy pack in a Matrix Leadership here, which is really, really good for him. And it's going to allow him to potentially live into another turn. So this turn right here is going to be crucial for me. Overlord definitely going to be able to take at least 2 attacks here, but I definitely want to try to get as much damage again on Prime as possible and then deal with Thrust. I do have the Scoundrel's Blaster that he knew about, so we're sitting at 9 base attack. Probably still not enough to KO him, though. We'll probably, get him closer to 20, if anything, and then have to deal with him for 1 more turn. I forgot exactly what the rest of my hand was, but it looks like I played the second Belligerence. We're just going to just go in and probably try to kill Prime here this turn. I don't think we want to wait anymore, and I'm going to focus, and I kept the Bashing Shield. I'm not sure exactly why I kept the Bashing Shield, but I am attacking for like 12 here. So 12 into his 2, he's going to take 10. And he actually lives. I think okay, that's right. I missed by 1, which is insane. So that's really unfortunate for me. The only other thing I guess I could have flipped was a white to extend in more icon flips, or a handheld blaster. Handheld blaster would be an improvised shield pretty much on attack. But he's gonna go for insane push here. Well, I won't say insane, but the Valiant Effort's really good. The handheld blasters, whatever. So he doesn't have any more follow-up weapons, which is good for me. And keep in mind, he didn't pick up that Nova's Blaster earlier in the game. So that's one reason why his weapon play, I guess, wasn't, well off here. But he does actually flip pretty well here, and he's able to play another upgrade off his flips here. And he's attacking me for like 11, 14, 16, and I block for like 3. So I'm taking 11 out. Or no, I'm at 14, so I only have 4 health left. Pretty good flip. He's also going to play so he's going to play the Crushing Size off his flips to draw another card. He knows even with the Trithelium Shield on Prime that the Prime's still not going to be able to live. I'm not sure if you're able to play a upgrade, that you flip on any of your characters, but if you are, I wonder if he should have played the Trithelium Shield onto Thrust to, allow Thrust, because he knows inevitably it's going to be Thrust versus Overlord, and, allow Trithelium Shield to give him, +2 defense against a Decepticon. But aggression aside, the Prime has 2 health left, so he's at 25. Direct damage would be nice here to be able to just KO the Prime out of combat. Having an attack into the Prime here again would be such a waste, because I have like 9 Pierce 2, so I'm definitely going to get there no matter what because of the Scoundrel's Blaster. And he doesn't have a secret action set either. I'm looking through my scrap pile, I guess, to see what star cards I have left. Maybe if I should flip. I'm probably thinking about flipping here, because do I value having an extra 1 defense and just knowing I'm going to kill Prime no matter what, and then trying to survive thrust attack. So, okay, I do have marksmanship here, so that's exactly what I needed. So I'm going to go up +1 more attack, kill the Prime outside of combat, which is huge. And I wonder if this, again, might be greedy here. I probably should just... Well, I take it back. It may or may not be greedy, because you know what? I do have 10 attack to his potential 5. I need to try to get some solid damage on the thrust, so I only have to attack thrust twice. I think that's probably what I was thinking. Flipping Overlord to alt mode to reveal 5. Yes, it gives me an extra defense, but especially because I don't have an upgrade. Oh no, I do have an upgrade. I have composite armor. So because I have the composite armor, I'm probably okay with, not having the extra defense in alt mode and trying to hit a star card. I probably had 1 more star card left, and I probably just valued hitting. Like if I would have flipped and let's say I had Aura Dominance, like I could play the Aura Dominance from my, but that would be my upgrade play for the turn. Then I couldn't play the composite armor. So he's gonna swing. He's gonna disarm me, which makes my not matter. And he's gonna swing here for me. I have 4 defense, and he's gonna be attacking me for 7. So I'm gonna be taking 3. And I'm actually going to live by 1 because he didn't flip any oranges. And I flipped at least 2 blues, which really helped out. So I lucked up there, and it worked out. But, he also didn't flip an orange there. He was flipping oranges all game. So, it is what it is. The flips just worked out, that time when he really needed to. And we're actually going to end up pushing this to a game 3. All right, so here we are, folks. Game 3. Of course, Richard... losing game 2 will be able to go first, game 3. So he's going to start off with a powerful swing of this thrust here, thrust into, and I flipped the white icon and extend into his flips, but unfortunately did not flip an orange card to be able to play an upgrade on his on one of his bots. The most ideal thing for me to do right here is, unfortunately, I can't flip both guys to bot mode, but I probably definitely need to. I think I should always flip Soundwave here because he has 6 attack. He'll have 6 attack, and so will Overlord. Versus flipping Overlord, yes, you can find a star card, but I think I want to try to at least get 1 guy in the KO area before he dies. Versus trying to flip Overlord and playing a star card. I don't think it's that good to be able to do that in the first turn. And again, at least they both have 6 attack. But the most ideal thing for me to do right here, I only get 1 action or upgrade. So the best thing for me to do is to play either Belligerence or try to set a secret action that will allow my Soundwave to live another turn. And then, like, if I have Belligerence on the next turn, be able to play it and get 2 solid attacks. So I value trying to set a secret action to try to live here. I'm going to draw a card, put Rumble in the KO area, and deal 2 damage to Prime with that attack. And then Overlord's going to attack for 6, 7 into his 3. So he's going to take 4. And it's going to put him at 6. So that's a decent start. So this is the turn where I really got to hold my breath because Soundwave only took 7 damage there, which leaves him at 9. So he's actually still pretty healthy. Okay, so he's gonna espionage and call something again. I do have belligerence, so that's I don't know. I think he probably thought I was gonna play the belligerence on my last turn. I don't know if he thought my plan to set a secret action to make Soundwave live was into fruition. So again, because I'm not putting the belligerence to the scrap pile and being that's the only orange card in my hand, I'm assuming he had to have called blue again. So he is going to take the Scoundrel's Blaster, which is probably the best card to take because it allows me to only be able to play an action or, just an action on the next turn. I can't play an action and an upgrade. So he is going to not have an upgrade play, which is good for me, and attack into my Soundwave. And I'm going to block with pretty solid despite the difficulties. So what this does is it allows me to give, he does play Scoundrel's Blaster. I flip 2 star cards on defense, unfortunately, but I do flip 3 blues and then 2 extra colors. So I flip 5 and I have like 7 defense. And I actually live by 3. I actually live pretty well off. But now he knows what's coming. I have the belligerence. Belligerence is definitely going to get a lot of damage in here, and this could potentially end the game. Like if I can get enough damage on the onto Prime here. So I'm gonna attack, put another guy in the KO area, and now Overlord will be able to potentially flip that Leap of Faith if I do hit it. I also hit a Handheld Blaster here. Handheld Blaster is insane here because it's an improvised shield. I'm gonna attack for 10, and that's gonna put his guy at 14 of 21. And I have 7 attack here, so and then Overlord having that bold 1 is going to be pretty good. I'm going to scrap the Energon Axe. I hit a white, which is really good here. I have 11 here, so 11 to his 2 is 9, and that's actually going to KO his Prime right there. It should. Yeah, and that should actually be the game right there because despite him having thrust, he has to still burn another attack into Soundwave and probably kill the Soundwave, but then he has to deal with a full health Overlord, who Overlord will also be able to attack into his thrust, and the game is pretty much over from there. Your game playing pretty much kind of really slows down. It's not as effective once your main guy dies, that has a thrust alongside it. So going into the Two-Thaw ended up helping out. Of course, Belligerence was a big player right there. It's the kind of card you need versus a very strong strategy, like the thrust. But either way, very good set with Richard Wyatt. Shout out to Richard Wyatt, and working hard on all the new ATP stuff coming up. Shout out to the whole crew, Dan Scott. Literally everybody that participates in the playtesting and everything. Try to help keep the game alive in its afterlife. But me and Richard, we were both again undefeated here, so we gave each other our first losses on the day. But it didn't matter because we were going in the top 8 no matter what. Anyway, we were just playing for seeding. But I hope you guys enjoyed this match. And be looking out for some reviews on the ATP stuff coming up here soon. Want to try to get more involved with the ATP stuff and get the word spread, and you guys get my honest take on these ATP sets from ATP 1 through 3, and they got ATP 4 coming out kind of soon actually. We got one more month, but like halfway through June, ATP 4 will be coming out, and we got some really cool stuff coming out, some stuff you have not seen before. But I think that's the most I'll say about it for now, but you guys definitely want to stick around if you guys are thinking about still playing the game. The Vector Sigma Discord is where the place to be because we still have a lot of people playing games. We got Ogar, shout out to Ogar, who's just about like 850 games played, in the exhibition games. So we're talking about almost like 1,000 games played easily within like the next month or so here. So we have people playing at all times, definitely to fit your time zone, things like that. And if you still, feel like flipping some bots and transforming, again, that's the Discord to be at. I also have my Discord as well, the S. Battlegrounds, where I do retro tournaments to take it back, a little laid back, a little bit of, to go back and refine your old decks and or make new strategies or whatever the case is, or even for newer players that were never able to be able to live through those formats, wave 1 only, then added wave 2, then now we're currently in a wave 3 tournament, so be looking forward to more content from that. Also look forward to the finals that I'll be posting soon from the last tournament, SDBG5, that included wave 1 and wave 2. You definitely don't want to miss that. And I also have another really cool match to post that includes another Overlord match versus I want to say, it was Perceptor and a really cool new record from ATP 3. So you definitely want to check that out. I think it was in top 4. So be looking forward to that coming up soon, and I'm gonna get up out of here. You guys and girls have a great day and or night whenever you're catching this video. This is your homie S. Dot heading out. Peace.